Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make quite simple renders of your Minecraft character like I have in lots of my thumbnails, although they're not going to be exactly like mine. I use a few more advanced methods for mine, but this will just be a simple version of how to make them. So the first thing you want to do is go to the link in the description, which is mineimator.com/download. Then you're going to want to click download installer. And then it'll take you over here. It's just loading up for me. You just need to wait for that. Then you can get this, you can save it here, then you can download it and everything. And obviously I've already downloaded it, so I'm not going to download it again, but you guys just go through the download of that. And then you'll get to a screen, something like this. It will say like mineimator, like thank you for getting it, blah blah blah, something like that. But eventually you'll be able to get here. And then you want to click create the new project thing. And then you're going to want to set your name. So let's just say how to make renders. So by the way, these aren't going to be like GFX renders like I have in my profile picture and that I make for people in my Fiverr. These will just be simple poses of your Minecraft character. If you want, I can make a more in-depth tutorial on how I do everything. But these days I don't use free softwares, so it wouldn't be a free tutorial unless you wanted to crack them, but I'm not going to teach you how to do that. So set the name. I never set the author and description, but if you have multiple people on your computer, you might want to set that just in case like someone comes over and they're like, this is my work, I'm going to steal it. But for me, I just don't do anything. So then you want to click create and you'll get here. By the way, there will be something like, I think it's somewhere over here that will say like register now or like get the full version. If you just click that and then you go to the page it takes you to, it will have an option for you to donate, but you don't need to donate to do anything. If you just don't donate and you just like go through the process, there won't be watermarks whenever you save an image, which I'll teach you how to do later. So back to this, you'll have a screen like this. Then what you want to, so first of all, I'll just teach you how to move around. So you left click and drag in this area, you can kind of spin around, and then if you use your scroll wheel in and out, you can go like that. So yeah, it's very simple to move around compared to other programs. So what you're going to want to do is click this crafting table, then you're going to want to click this little image of a person, and then you'll get to this screen. So you can choose what kind of creature you want to add, but since this is for your Minecraft character, you're going to want to go to human. And then it will say variation, so if your skin is slim, then choose Alex. If your skin is regular, like Steve, then choose Steve. And mine is regular, so I'm going with Steve. Then you click on skin. So there's two ways to do this. You can click browse, and then you can choose a file on your computer to put there. Or there's a much more simple way. You can click download from Minecraft user, and then you can enter your Minecraft characters, your Minecraft username, get skin, and there you go. And by the way, this has to be for Java Edition, the player skin thing. So like I did there, you have to click create once you've got the skin and everything ready. Then you've got this, you can move around, check if everything's right, check if you've got the right skin. I know that I do because I took it from my skin directly. So how to actually make this do poses, which is the main thing you're going to want. You're going to want to click on the character, and then it'll appear like this, and then you can move this around, you can move the character around like this, you can spin it a bit, you can just play around with those if you like, but I'm not going to do any of those. So you want to click on the character like this, and then let's say I wanted to lift this arm up so that it was up here in the air. I would click on this arm, and then it would look like this. So there's a couple different things you can do. You can pull this to bend the arm, and you can also use this bend thing. Then you can drag this yellow thing up to lift it on the x-axis, and you can also see up here, you can see what I'm doing. By the way, Control Z will undo the last action you did, or you can just use these, but I find Control Z easier. So let's say we wanted this character to lift his arm up in the air and wave. I would drag this up and then probably add a little bend like that, maybe twist it out a bit, and there we go. That would be very simple. And then what you can do is you can, to get off this, just click anywhere and you'll go off it. So then I would click on the other arm, add a little bend, go like that. I'm just doing a very simple pose right now. You can do more complex ones. And then click on the head, maybe turn it like that. You can, some of the limbs you can bend, but some of them you can't. So yeah. Also, you can't move most of them. Like, let's say you wanted to move this arm really high up in the air. You can't do that unless you go over here, click position, then you'll have these little arrows which you can lift up. So you could put his arm up there, but I doubt you would want to do that. But one time it could be useful. Let's say you just needed the arm to be, sorry, I just clicked off that. Let's say you just wanted it to be a little bit higher like that and a little bit in his body. It doesn't look good in this case, but you might want that sometime. So you can do that. So I'll just finish up this pose. I will, oh, by the way, on the body, there's 3 ways of bending it. You can bend it forward. You can bend it that way or that way. It can look weird if you bend it the whole way, but obviously you're not going to do that. And then you can bend it sideways. So technically, I could do something awful like this. But obviously, you're not going to want that. Unless you're crazy and you do actually want that. So my recommendations on how to get good with this, that it's not really like it's that complicated and there's much you can do to get good. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this earlier. If you hold right click whilst you're not selected on anything, you can turn round the camera as if you're in normal Minecraft. So yeah, you can do that. So I'll just finish up this pose. And usually what I like to do is have one leg bent like that and then the other leg forward like this, because that usually looks quite good. And there, you've got the pose that you want. Now, one thing that I really like about mineimator is that it has this little button right here. So in most things that people use for renders of their Minecraft skin, most people use a thing called Blender, which is like a proper animation software, except you need to download like a rig of your Minecraft character and everything's so complicated and you need to download like a Lightroom. With this, literally just click this button and it has shaders. And let's say it was way too dark for you. What you could do is you could go here, back in the crafting table, click this, click create, so you've made a spotlight, and you can click on it, move it over here, then turn it round so the light will come out of the front here. It's going to make a light. You can twist it like this, and there. Now his face is a lot brighter, which can be very useful in lots of cases. Also, you're going to want to go into background. So over here, project properties, go to background. Then you can change the time. If you just spin this round, I can set it to night like this. And obviously it's got this thing here causing light. You can also change the rotation. So let's say I made it like this. See, you can change the way the shadow is facing. But for the case of this, I'm just going to set it to this, which is quite a simple one. Also, before you do anything else, you're going to quickly, so let's say you wanted this to have no background and you could add your own and put it in thumbnails and whatever. You're going to want to click show clouds and show ground. And once you've clicked both of those, you'll just have a blank slate like this with nothing there. Although I'm pretty sure you can also click show custom image instead of show sky, but that doesn't matter at all. It'll work fine without it. So yeah, you've got your pose here. So now you've got your pose, you've done everything like this. You want to actually get the image. You want to go up here, and then you want to click export the current frame to an image file. Click that, and then you'll have this. So for me, I like to make all my renders in 4K, which is over here. So I would click this drop down menu, set it to 4K, because that's nice, and I have the storage on my computer to do that. If you don't, I'd recommend putting it on this at least, because the others don't look that amazing, but this just looks really good. You obviously want to have high quality rendering on, which basically means it's got the shaders from this little button here, and you want to click remove background. This is what's going to make it just be your render. So you want to click save, then find a file to save it in. I'm just going to go here, GFX, and then I'll save it there. So it says saved image now, and if you just go into your files and you find it, here it is in quick access, then you'll have it here, and you have no background. And what you can do is find some background if you know how to use like softwares, stick a background here, put this render on front, and there you have a render with no background. So one last thing I want to show you guys is how you can add weapons or items to your render. So I just messed that up. I am quickly making a render like this, and if you have all this done, you've got the render, you've got your skin, you click the crafting table, and then you click the sword. Then you can choose all these items to add. So you can also choose a texture pack. If you just click browse, then find a texture pack that you have, make sure it's a .zip file, then it will pop up here next to Minecraft, and then if you just click it, then the sword and everything, so let's say you had a texture pack that made the sword yellow, then the sword would become yellow. But for this case, I'm not going to open a texture pack because I don't need to. I will create that diamond sword, then you can move this round like you would in any other thing with like your character. You can move that way, lift it up a bit, then you can move it here, move it down that way a bit, push it that way, push it forward, and there. Now you've got your Minecraft guy kinda holding a diamond sword. I know it doesn't look good, but if you guys just play around a bit, you will get good, and you will be able to do fancy poses like I do with mine. You can even watch tutorials on how to do extra things, like you can even add blocks. If I make a grass block, you can change the size to however you like it being. I'm just gonna leave it like this so that it eats my character, but obviously you wouldn't do that. There's actually a tiny bit of my sword sticking out there. Yeah, it's an amazing software. It's the most simple by far out of all the softwares that you can use for renders. And if you just play around with it for a bit, you will get so good at this. So good that like it will take 2 seconds. Well, maybe not 2 seconds, but it will take hardly any time to make a good pose. Like this one, for example. Look at this amazing pose. Took 2 seconds. You can make this. No, I'm just joking about that. You can obviously make stuff that's way better. If you just put time and effort in, you'll get good. Trust me. Hope you guys enjoyed. There'll be a link in the description. Please leave a like if you found this useful. Maybe even subscribe, because that really helps out the channel. And if some of your friends, they're struggling to make renders, show them this video. Trust me, it's so much easier than all the others. I'm telling you, this is by far the easiest way that still looks really good compared to all the other tutorials online. All the people using Blender, they're dumb. You use mineimator. It's made for Minecraft. You have so many options of things you can do. You can make particles. You can even make animations with it. I cannot stress to you guys how good this free software is. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.